Yes, my Jamaican people, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel, where an experienced detective is about to educate you with facts and not hyperbole. As we have seen in the video about the Sergeant Kevin Smith behaving really bad with Inspector Taylor after he was given certain instructions, you know. But it goes to show the police force itself has become an organization where it seems like everybody can do their own thing, and we're at the point now where people feeling your tone. You understand what I'm saying? When I was a police officer, I was a detective and anything. There was no time for you to talk to people like you're a bank teller or your police work is customer service work still. But in the same breath, you have to be aggressive and show aggression in Jamaica as a police. If you don't, they mob you, You understand? So what Sergeant Kevin Smith was doing, no, not Sergeant, Sergeant Barrington Martin, this Kevin Smith, this big, the gay king, I keep, I don't know why, sometimes I just get sidetracked, but Sergeant Kevin Smith, was very, very disrespectful to Inspector Taylor. And I've heard some police officers, they dissent, disparaging the inspector, his attire and his tone. And I'm like, since when we reach that point in policing, the man is in a marked police vehicle. The man identify himself. You understand what I'm saying? But because, Sergeant Barrington Martin is connected, you understand what I'm saying? And you know that these people, who are connected in Jamaica to a certain group, they're like untouchables, So we have to give respect to our senior in rank. You understand what I'm saying? I was a constable, detective constable. I spent 17 years, 3 months and 3 days in the police force as a constable. I was a cadet. Not that I didn't pass any exam or anything like that, or I was a waster. I was a hard-working police officer. You understand? I left my indelible mark on the police force. Every bicycle that the police riding in Jamaica, the entire island, started by this constable. So it's not like I was a waster. I was a hard-working police officer. You understand? I recovered several guns involving, you understand what I'm saying? So most of these guys talking about Inspector Taylor is a Bigfoot police and bigger than all kind. That's very, very disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? And to those who are telling me, Inspector Taylor was a special. So what? So what if he was a special? I care less about that. You respect the man's rank. You understand what I'm saying? Kudos to Inspector Taylor for what you have done, sir. I don't know you, and I respect you as a police officer, because what you have done, I can tell you this, between me and you. Most police officers would not do that, because police officers in Jamaica in this day and age are demoralized. You understand? And they have all right to feel demoralized because you have a system. The government itself is corrupt in every way, and they're against the police. But you can see that you were born for this job. You understand what I'm saying? Because for you guys to be still there and, have that zeal to work, I applaud you. Because honestly, I could not work in this kind of environment that you guys work in a hostile environment, an environment that is anti-police, in every way. And you can see it, even police, even Sergeant Kevin Smith is anti-police because he has no respect. Where in the world could anybody could tell a police officer that he's not producing any identification? You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that, man. But hey, look, Sergeant Kevin Smith, I would like for a man to visit America when he's here and police stop him. He behave the same way. You understand what I'm saying? And see if we don't see him on the news, because you understand, they would execute him in a minute. But anyway, this is a police officer. I do not know him, but I'm not going to show his face. And I applaud him for standing up for Inspector Taylor. What we need in the police force, is discipline. Discipline. Without discipline, you cannot have a cohesive police force. And I've seen where even senior crime fighters who were a part of the police force and thing, I don't know, because if they are friends with this this Sergeant Kevin Smith, you know, the gay king from Montego Bay. I don't know if they, because they're friends with this guy, so that they're not thinking about a senior in rank and they're supporting this guy. You understand what I'm saying? I care zero about Inspector Taylor was being special. Zero. You understand? You want to know the difference between a regular, a special, and a DC? Ask a gunman. All right? So I want you people to listen to this, what this police officer is saying, and I applaud him for what he has done. You understand? Big up yourself, police officer. Sergeant Taylor. Sergeant Inspector Taylor. Enough respect, man. May I talk as a real yard man right here. I applaud you for what you have done, man. So, police and my loyal supporters and viewers, I want you to listen what this police officer is saying. And then I'll come back to you guys.
I see a video being circulated of two members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in a heated verbal exchange. One of them saying that he was assaulted by the other. Long and short of it is that one is saying he's a sergeant and the other one is saying he's an inspector. Now, according to the video recorded or allegedly recorded by the sergeant or someone who was traveling in the motor vehicle, which was from all indications being driven by the sergeant stated a number of times that he had committed breaches. And as a result of those breaches, he was pulled over by the person who turned out to be an inspector of police and given certain instructions. During the whole altercation, you could hear the sergeant saying, yeah, the man could have did stop and allow him to pass, which is an admission of guilt on his part to the fact that, yes, he did a drive recklessly or carelessly on the road. Now, put yourself in the position, because this video now is being tried in the court of public opinion, and it is being tried against the background that a lot of persons have a lot of rancor and disgust against members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So a lot of persons now are going and bash the inspector and say, listen, the inspector was wrong. You are one police. You see a vehicle drive recklessly, or see a vehicle being driven recklessly along the roadway, overtaking from all indications around a corner. Somehow you manage whilst driving a marked police service vehicle to intercept that vehicle, and you go approach the persons or the person driving that particular vehicle. Persons that jump up and say, yo, the inspector is alleged to have chucked the man and back him gun. That not up on the video. Notwithstanding, how in God's name would the inspector have backed his gun and chucked the man if the man never reached in an arm's length distance of him? And he must say the man push him against him vehicle. Let me tell you this. Majority are cases in which law enforcement get in a shootout, mean justifiable shooting, are when them happen upon some circumstances where is a minor offense lead them to uncovering a major offense. Saying all of that to say this. If missing man a drive recklessly on the road and in a dangerous manner, which is not only endangering me, endanger himself and other members of the public where I use the roadway, me must ask, why is this person driving in such a manner? So if you are go do things and you see one big old police service vehicle and you continue to do it, the officer or officers traveling in that service vehicle must have said to themselves, because the police thinking this now, you know, and the police them we attack them nonsense in relation to that video, yeah, need to come out of the civilian frame of mind and go in a police frame of mind, and that's why no found can't deal with certain things when you buck up on certain things on the road, because we're not going like an office and bank clerk work on the do. So if you see one vehicle being driven in a particular manner, it all come to your mind. Why the man here drive so? The man could have well and pull over the vehicle and see stolen items in there or run up in a hail of bullets. But with concern for members of the public, when this driver you in danger now, him choose for act in his capacity as a police officer. And listen, every police officer, every member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is a police officer with them right and them authority anywhere on the island of Jamaica and up to 12 miles out to sea. So no matter what kind of clothes him in or which division him attached to, him have all right to intercept that vehicle because the law has been broken. So him intercept the vehicle. Now, you alone and you see a vehicle driving in a certain manner, chances are weapons aboard the vehicle. You don't know. So what? Tactically, you make sure say you assess the situation and you know walk up, go push your head in your vehicle and say, good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am. Because you can't push your head in a gunshot. So people need to start med-span that and stop just look for the next avenue or the next item of news where you're going to use to bash the police because you straight up have a vendetta against the police. And that is what is being borne out in a public now. So everybody going to have a problem with how it was approached. You understand? So you go to the vehicle or you pop off your weapon and mark you. It is not shown in the video anywhere where the inspector has his gun in hand and pointing it at the sergeant of police. And the only thing where the sergeant of police are dwell upon, if you say him not comply, is because I was dealt with in such a manner. Listen, you did a drive in a one particular manner, which resulted in me having a particular mindset and being in a particular frame of mind about the person when me approach. Why is it you never identify yourself when me approach you? Understand? So, if I approach you, if you're a light out of your vehicle, and I approach you, I am going to, me not going to want you up in my space. Me going to ease you out of my space. Secondly, me going to make sure that my weapon is at the ready. I am trained. So me not going to just point it on you and shoot you or shoot up your car. But I am going to put myself in a position, and I am also going to have my weapon in a position where if push come to shove, I can protect myself and other members of the public. I don't know who you are traveling with or what you are traveling with. Why don't you identify yourself? No, but when you make sure it happen, you make sure say somebody will travel with you a record because what? You have already decided in what manner you go. They go deal with the person. As God would have it, is a man will outrank you. Now you identify yourself and the man identify himself. You now dispute that the man is an inspector of police, because you start address the man by the rank, which means that you accept that the man is an inspector of police. Now the man having pointed out the offences that you have committed in him view, and he being a senior in rank to you, I give you some instructions and you refuse to carry out the instructions. And you go take the video and post it on social media because you want a backing and a following. Sergeant Martin, you're rank till you're buck. I'm here people are bash the inspector. Me personally I suspect. Me not see how the thing begin. But me I tell you, if I did miss it that way, if I were the one in the situation where you did me would have make sure say when me approach the situation, I don't end up dead out of it. And you know end up dead out of it and you know kill nobody out of it. And all what the sergeant talk about is not on tape, but every breach where him breach recorded, aside from the road traffic breach, every breach that he breached and him a verbalize it repeatedly till him a go make call and talk about bossy me. Me say a common boy behavior that. A common boy commit breach and when police go to them decide say them a call a man in a senior rank or them call somebody where them know say big and supposed to can put some pressure and you the person where them can use as leverage against the police. A common boy that behavior that, and that is unbecoming of a sergeant of police with much year service. And only if you realize say yo, now the man outrank you, you go where you go ball out say. And you not do this because him do that. Your actions are what led to you being stopped, Sergeant Martin. And you're dead wrong in how you dealt with the situation. You were dead wrong. And all you talk about the man back gun and push and you not comply with him because he did this. Listen man, if when a man a flee one crime scene, at them type of driving them I go on with. And because of that, you may have been perceived to be somebody who was fleeing the scene of a crime. Hence the manner in which you were approached, Sergeant Martin. You are dead wrong.
Now that you have heard an experienced police officer there giving his take, the reason why I'm not showing his photograph, the video of this police officer, is that it seems like the police force itself right now, at this moment in time, today Friday, November 2021, it's that the police force itself right now have more criminal-minded people inside of the police force. Because most of the people that are in the police force now, they are not in it because they are police, but they want to serve. They're in it because they want a job. But most of them are criminal-minded, and you can see that based on their behavior. I have worked with even police officers who are deputy soup and all those people. And what this police officer is saying, it's easier for these people, even people that I had worked with, have rank, inspector and deputy soup that I work with, they rather to align themselves, with police officers, who present and pass, who are known robbers and murderers. When I'm talking about robber, I'm talking about police officer who rob people of them drugs and them money and murder them, and them ostracize the police officer who speak out against them. And them, they are more friends with those police officers than the police officer who lick out, who speak up and say, no, I did not join the police force to become a robber and didn't take anything. That police officer who speak up, who they would call an informer, they have nothing to do with it, but it's the ones who commit the robbery and murder and thief the people them drugs, murder them, take them drugs and money. These are the people them that the people in the police force know. That's why I don't show this police officer name. That they lard up. So the police force itself, you know, whether or not you want to believe it or not, is a criminal entity. You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to be careful. That's why I don't show this police officer name. Police officer, I am Detective Fort, and I am telling you, try to leave the police force, the one that made this video. You understand what I'm saying? You know, because I'm telling you, you're in a very dangerous environment. You understand? But some police officers are not thinking at all. And the reason why Sergeant Martin was behaving like that is that he is performing for his audience and his boyfriend, Powell, who was beside him in the car. I believe that Sergeant Martin should be disciplined and the necessary steps are done to prefer charges against him for his blatant disrespect to a senior in rank. Who is Walker? He called on the phone and called Bossy. The sergeant is a water police officer operating in the sea. Operating in the sea, you understand, with fishes. And some police officers are saying that, I don't want to call even the police officer name, but I don't know if it's my friend Lickshot Walker. You understand? He called. I know that the sergeant of police was performing for his audience and boyfriend. What he did was intentional and was with malice to destroy the Jamaica Constabulary Force image by drumming up support against the inspector of police who's looking out for the safety of the Jamaican people. The inspector should be commended single-handedly, going out of his way to protect the Jamaican road users around the junction in St. Mary. He was not afraid to put his life on the line, knowing that the odds were against him in the public domain. As Jamaicans, those who are conscientious and support the police department and its members will always think like police officers and not bank tellers or corner boys. That is my reason for keeping the inspector in my prayers. You understand? Because honestly, it's a rough environment out there in Jamaica to be a police officer. And I care zero about the sergeant personal life. I don't care if the sergeant if he wants to mix up with all kind of people. That is his business and his lifestyle. But what I'm saying is discipline. Discipline starts from the top, goes down to the bottom. You understand? And if we have a police force where people can do being indisciplined because they have connection, then you understand, eventually it's going to be a gang. We know it's a gang, you know. You understand what I'm saying? We know that the police force itself is a gang, and you know, people can squeeze you and all kind of thing. You understand? But you know, if you do not want to support the law enforcement officer, do not use the job for your gain. Respect every police officer irrespective of their rank. Sergeant Barrington Martin. You understand? I am talking to you. You are very out of order and disrespectful. But I'd like you to come to the United States of America and behave that way. You understand what I'm saying? And I would happy to see you go to the morgue. Very out of order and disrespectful. You understand? You know, performing for your audience. Inspector Taylor. Yes, man, I don't know you. Never work with you. Never met you, and I don't care if you are a special. Because one thing that I have learned, in the 80s when I was a police officer, you want to know the difference between a DC, a special, and a regular ask a gunman. It's as simple as that. So all of those who are jumping on Sergeant Barrington Martin's side and not being thinking as police officer, let me tell you, you're working with criminals. You understand? You're in a police force, but it's filled with criminals. A lot of criminals in there, robbers, thieves, and all those things. You understand? And if they even ostracize you, don't worry about that. Man, you're still young, man. Try your best and everything when you retire. Or you understand what I'm saying? For leave, because you're in a criminal's paradise. You understand what I'm saying? What you have done, man, is commendable, man. Your action. You understand? The police officers who are supporting Sergeant Barrington Martin are the same. As soon as the police officer from his station are involved in any fatal shooting, he is the first one to read the crime diary to get the names of the police officers and which weapons were discharged at the scene of the shooting, to aid the liars along with their kerosene oils to give witness statements against the police officer. Sergeant Martin is the kind of police officer who is the enemy within. He's selfish, he's narcissistic, he's a compulsive, pathological, and immoral liar. This is a police officer, but you have to understand, you know. So all of these things are come from personal behavior and them thing, you know. This is a man who have no conscience, you know. This is a man who do not have any conscience. So don't expect anything better from him. You understand? Those supporting him must not watch the video. And verbal tirade by the sergeant trying to get motorists to rebel against Inspector Taylor, Inspector Taylor, for being a police officer. He's a common boy, straight up. This man is a common boy. He's a Kevin Smith. Sergeant Martin should be disciplined immediately and swiftly by sending a message to the wannabe anti-police officers in the force that the department will not tolerate a junior disrespectful to a senior and wrong. Society, the Jamaican society, is indisciplined, lawless, and has little or no respect for the police, and serving members behaving in the same manner as the populace. What kind of message is the sergeant of police sending to the Jamaican people? He's telling them when they can do their job and when they can't. And they decide when to give a police officer their driver's license and when not to. And then they can manufacture things as this liar, pathological liar, man about the inspector assault him and pull gun on him, which is lie. Because he already told his boyfriend, Powell, in the vehicle, he told Powell to start recording, so he already planned what he was going to do. And I hope the police high command discipline this man. This man should not be in the police force. You know who should be the sergeant if he's not a sergeant or above? The police officer who did the video, to rebuke and denounce his fellow colleagues, to let them know that what they're saying is wrong, because they're thinking like bank tellers and corner boy and criminals. They're not thinking like police officers, because most of them, you know, they don't care about the safety of the people. You know, all they care about is the 25th of the month, which, you know, honestly, I am happy I'm not there. But if I was there, that's all I would be doing right now, because there's no reason for the police to have that zeal to do any work on them thing there. You understand? Because I know that the moral of the police force is very low. You understand? Those of us who are trained police officers were taught a golden rule how to handle any form of abuse of power by a senior in rank. You comply with them, and afterwards you complain. Is this police force training different from the one that I received over 33 years ago? Well, it seems like, you know, this police force is a different kind of police force where, you know, everybody can do their own thing. Anyway, Inspector Taylor, enough respect, man. And it's coming from Detective Porter from Huntsby. You understand? Have yourself a nice day. You're a good police. What you have done is commendable. Most police officers in this day and age would not do it. You understand? And I hope the police hierarchy, you understand, the commissioner of police would be giving you a commendation in front of his office right there, even a certificate of good service or outstanding service for what you have done, and show the Jamaican people that you are the police officer that the police force want, as the face of the police force, irrespective of your tone. Hey, look here, police, you can't be too nice in Jamaica. You understand? Inspector Taylor, take care of yourself, man, and God bless you and your family. Sergeant Kevin Smith, you are a dog. You are a dog and a worthless piece of thing that should not be in the police force. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when you're out there in the sea, man, the fish there should eat you. You understand? Thanks for watching the Jamaica Young Police channel. Yeah, please like the video, because when you like the video and them thing there, other police get to see it, you understand? And you know, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear pro-police commentary. Everything that you're getting here right here is facts. You understand what I'm saying? Share, comment, man. Most of all, comment, and I'll respond to each and every person who comment on the channel. Yeah, man. Thanks again, and have yourself a blessed day. More love, man. Respect Sergeant, Inspector Taylor, Sergeant Martin. Fire field. Fire.